Hello, hello everyone. My name is Stephanie Morin. I am very, very sorry this didn't come out on Wednesday like I had hoped, but there were a few unexpected events that had occurred to my well-being, but I am back. I feel much better, and I hope to read to you a story from the 100 Acre Wood called A Yummy Dream from the 2017 edition of the 365 Bedtime Stories from Disney. Now, I hope that you or someone you know has a lot of Winnie the Pooh stuff. And I wouldn't really blame you if you did, because Winnie the Pooh is such a household name that he's become rather popular all over the world as a kind of baby toy thingy. But that said, I still like Winnie the Pooh stuff. And I know you'll continue loving Winnie the Pooh stuff as you get older. But for now, no more delays. Let's get into A Yummy Dream. Winnie the Pooh stepped into his house and sat down with a sigh. He and Piglet had been out on a long walk through the woods. Now Pooh was tired, and more importantly, he was hungry. "My tummy feels very rumbly," Pooh said aloud. He got to his feet and went over to his honey cupboard. There was only one pot of honey inside. "Oh dear," Pooh said. One pot of honey was not very much. He sat down and began to eat. Oop, oop. He ate every last sticky drop. But when he was finished, his tummy was still feeling a tiny bit rumbly. "Well, I suppose there's nothing left to do but go to bed," Pooh said sadly. He put on his nightshirt and his nightcap and climbed into his cozy bed. A minute later, Pooh's snores filled the air, and dreams began to fill his head. Dreams of honey, of course. Pooh stood before the honey tree. It was so full of honey, it was oozing out of the trunk. Then, suddenly, a purple heffalump appeared behind him. The heffalump said, licking his lips. The creature stuck his long trunk into one of the honey pots and gobbled up all the honey inside. "Those are my honey pots!" Pooh cried. He tried to sound brave, even though he was just a little bit scared. The heffalump looked very big and very hungry. The heffalump just stared at Pooh. Pooh looked at the honey pots. There were a lot of them. Some were full, but most were still empty. Pooh looked at the honey tree. It was still overflowing with honey. "I have an idea," Pooh said. "Let's fill these honey pots together and share a nice snack." The heffalump nodded excitedly. He picked up a honey pot with his trunk and carried it over to the tree. Pooh did the same, and the sweet, sticky honey dripped into the pots. When all the pots had been filled, Pooh and the heffalump sat down together. They ate and ate until all of the pots were empty and their tummies were very full. When Pooh awoke the next morning, to his surprise, his tummy wasn't even the slightest bit rumbly. Just then, he remembered his strange dream. It had been a dream, hadn't it? I don't know. Maybe that's something you can figure out for yourselves. Maybe it wasn't a dream. Maybe the heffalump was real. But who am I to know these things? Well, that's all for now. If you would like, please click the like button and give this channel a subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.